Good morning. This is TMI Socials. Welcome on board. I am Oluremi Stevens. Better still call me a social media butterfly. Over the weekend, there were a lot of stories, a lot of things trending on social media from hashtag VDM. The list actually is endless. But this morning, I get to show you my 6 top stories for the weekend. Now we start off with Rivers State, where Rivers State has always been in the news. Now this time around, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has criticized a group of women who walked out during the empowerment event organized by the First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, in Port Harcourt, while calling the act disturbing and embarrassing. Now the protest happened on Friday at the EUI Event Centre and was allegedly led by women loyal to the suspended Rivers State Governor Nyesom Fubara. Well, some of the protesters, said to include the sacked local government vice chairperson, left the venue while chanting pro-Fubara slogans. They demanded that the Governor Fubara's wife, Valerie, address them instead of the wife of the state administrator, Mrs Theresa Ibas. Now, despite the protest, the event continued inside with Mrs Ibas speaking on behalf of the First Lady of Nigeria. Let's have a feel of how it went down in Port Harcourt. Take a look.
Valerie, nobody again. Impostor. Who is that impostor? Yes. Ibas's wife is addressing Rivers woman. Who is she? Back here alone, madam. We don't want you. Let me talk. We want you. See, today. We want you today. Yesterday. We need Mrs Oluremi Tinubu to come and address the women. She is the one we have waited for. We don't need the wife of a stranger. It's him. We want him right now. Him to come today, not tomorrow. The Rivers women, we are yearning, we are crying to receive back our government. We want him. Yeah. We want him. No, she don't.
Well, always an unending drama in Rivers State. Well, it's like 1 week, 1 trouble, and given the vibes of women of Owu. Now let's move over to reactions and see how you took the story on social media. Well, we'll kickstart with this user who actually wrote, and I get to read. This one says, another group of women will protest in support. Just to wait and see. I mean, this is Port Harcourt, right? Well, Ike says, but why administrator wife will want to address Rivers women? This thing una they do, call politics, Anyway, another user also wrote, this insults to Rivers women to have a stranger address them. As what, please? In what capacity is she addressing them? As a Rivers woman or what? Politics without conscience is inhumanity to humans. Now, finally, on the story, this user wrote, the question is, does Fubara want all this? Just look at someone they are out there fighting for. He has been there, not talking, and also not showing concerns. We know Wike, if it was him, Rivers State would have been turned upside down. So the person they are fighting for should also get up and fight. Now, speaking about fighting, someone who has been in the news always fighting and dragging the legs of the federal government, the popular Nigerian social media personality and influencer Martins Vincent, also known as Very Dark Man, has been arrested by the Nigerian police in Abuja. Now, the arrest reportedly occurred shortly after he visited GTBank branch to complain about alleged unauthorized transactions from his mother's account. Now, contrary to initial impressions, well, the bank came out to say that VDM was not arrested in the bank's premises. Now, in the meantime, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, yesterday condemned the arrest of VDM, saying the action was carried out in a manner that left many Nigerians unsettled. Now, Obi said in a statement that the manner in which VDM was arrested closely resembled an abduction, and this actually is a disturbing method to create fear, but also risks being mimicked by criminal element. Now, on social media, pictures have been trending. Free VDM has been trending. A lot of celebrities and also interested Nigerians have reacted to this, including Peter Obi. Let's move over and have our first tweet from Davido. If we can have the tweet. Davido also reacted to the story online. Now moving over to our tweet. Well, Davido actually said, "Free my guy." Free my guy. Oh yeah, thank you so much. That was the video that was trending. Let's have a feel of the clip that was trending online. Take a look at it. Now, that's a 3-minute clip that GTBank had to release just to clear their name, but it seems Nigerians are pretty much not convinced. A lot of them have said they're going to go out and protest today. Will the protest hold or not? We'll find out. Well, let's have tweets to see what you've been saying on the story. Davido says, outside all the noise, it's good to see that the good ones does actually impact lives and people actually appreciate. The support I am seeing from VDM everywhere is encouraging. It makes one to want to do more for the masses. Free my guy. Another user on Instagram wrote, "You people have started with this campaign of clumsy. We don't care. If he behaves unruly around the bank, lock him up for years. He is feeling like Fela now. He has gotten fame from the fake activism. Please do not release him. We don't care what the animal fan base want to type online or cry about." Well, from an hater there, I suppose. And finally, on the story, this user says, neither GTBank or EFCC has released any statement regarding the reported arrest of VDM. They should address the situation. Arresting someone is one thing, but the reported assault is another. Regardless of what he has done, assault is something no one should stand for. If he's committed a punishable offense, follow due process and keep the public updated. This is ridiculous. Now, away from that, let's move over to show you a viral video from Senator Ireti Kinkibe, who says, and I quote, "The Nigerian youth are complacent. All they do is grumble, complain, and insult their leaders." Take a listen.
Complacent. They are quiet. All they do is grumble. We need to have constructive interaction. Do you understand? All I hear is grumblings and insults. That's not helpful. Do you understand? You guys, the country belongs to the youth. They should own it. Instead of a proper, what's the word, program or agenda, they will threaten a strike that, of course, everybody knows they're not going to go on. How does that achieve anything? But as he said, Nigeria is a Mayday, Mayday. I agree. My advice? The Nigerian government. My advice is to the Nigerian youth. My advice to Nigerian people. This is your country. Own it. You have another country. I don't have another country. So we have to make it work. We have to do whatever is necessary to reclaim our country, whatever is necessary.
You've heard it loud and clear. This is your country. Own it. I think I love that statement there, but moving over to tweets, let's see how you responded online. Now we can start with this user who wrote, "She's trying to pass a message to us without spelling it out. Read between the lines. She is urging us to take back our country in whatever means. More action and less words." Another user says, "So there is a huge followership problem, not just a leadership issue." Now moving away from this tweet to another reaction where this user gets to say, "I heard you loud and clear, ma'am. We are our own problem. We surely can do better. Thank you, ma'am." Now, away from that, moving over to my fourth story for you for today. Now, to let you know that there are growing concerns that people in Nigeria may lose access to Facebook and Instagram after the parent company, Meta, faced hefty fines and unrealistic regulatory demands from Nigerian authorities, well, according to reports. Now, Meta has been embroiled in a legal dispute with 3 Nigerian oversight agencies, which last year imposed fines totaling $290 million for violating various laws and regulations. Now, despite attempts to challenge these penalties in the Federal High Court in Abuja, Meta's efforts were unsuccessful, and they have come out to say, you know what, we're going to leave Nigeria, we're going to take our services, Instagram, Facebook, but they sure did not mention WhatsApp. So WhatsApp, you guys, WhatsApp users, you guys are safe. Well, in the meantime, the federal government has reacted and said, no matter what, if you like go or not, you must pay the monies that you owe. Now, let's see how Nigerians took this online. Yeah, now speaking about the FCCPC right there. Well, Esther official on Instagram says, it's time una create una own, even though I am not happy with this Sha. Another user also wrote, moving over to another tweet, this one says, the government holds full authority and legal power to sanction, fine, or suspend any organization that fails to comply with its laws and regulatory requirements. Now, finally, as we wrap up TMI socials this morning, more or less like my picture of the day, right, from the US President, Donald Trump. He posted a picture on Friday, a spoof picture of himself dressed as the Pope on his Truth Social platform after joking that he would like to be the next Catholic pontiff. Now, the president is seen in what appears to be an AI-generated color image with his right index finger pointed towards the sky, wearing a papal regalia, including white robes and a gold crucifix, pendant and mid hat. Well, this actually comes after Donald Trump joked to reporters last week that he would like to be the next pope just days before the cardinals are due to start the conclave to elect the successor of Pope Francis, who died on April 21st. Now, this picture has drawn a lot of reactions on social media, especially from the Catholic folks. Right, how did you take this online? Let's have 2 tweets and move over to something even better. Now, this one says, the literally meaning of what President Trump is saying is a clear indication that even as the President of America, he is still not as powerful and revered like His Holiness, the Pope. Another user says, this is so wrong. Okay, well, this user says, one thing you can't take away from Trump is his humor. He is so funny and so simple. Now, I remember seeing a quote where someone said, imagine Donald Trump being the president of Nigeria. It's going to be cruise, cruise, cruise every single day. Well, that's how we wrap up TMI Socials this morning. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I am Nuwoluwapo Stevens. And from all of us in This Morning on ITV, Lagos, Abuja, and right here in Edo State, have yourself a fantastic day ahead, and please stay safe.